So listen, let me ask you a question. So you see how articulate and how eloquent you were in explaining all that?
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Right.
I appreciate
so you have a conversation, and you kind of like summarize just the legal predicament that young black men and women, or anybody who finds himself in legal trouble, will find himself in. So if that is the case, and if what you're saying is how you thought then, not this is 10, 15 years ago.
Correct.
This is 10, 11 years ago. If that's how you thought then, and if that's how you operated, which I know for a fact that's how you operated, how is the legacy of Rico Richie, how is it being so compromised? How are the people who you once had friendships with or situationships with, how are they now taking your stand up and trying to switch it around and make it look like that you anything other than what you just described? Because what you just described, that was not the normal thought process of a young black man in the ghetto, because most young stupid and they can't even put that kind of thought process together. So I want to know, why do we have niggas in Atlanta playing with your name like they playing with your name? What is the reason behind it? Who are the people behind it? What is the motivation behind trying to paint you out to be something that you're not? And before you answer that question, I've talked to the lawyer. I've talked to the lead investigator of the case. I've talked to people who are actually there. I've talked to people who don't like you, and I've talked to people who have no axe to grind and they have no dog in the fight. All they did was tell the truth about what actually took place. Why we got these in Atlanta trying to focus on you and trying to tear you down so much?
Man, I'm just gonna tell you how one of my big dog partners told me, I can't explain crazy. I can't explain it. I can't go inside of their mind and rationalize and make that shit make sense. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially with what they know. Especially with what they know. Especially what we know. This is small. We talking about rap shit. You understand what I'm saying? This is rap shit that we talking about. Rap shit is being talked about in songs. Rap shit is being portrayed in videos. Rap is portraying the hood and the community as a place like it's a war zone. Like all you see is walking around and riding around with straps with extendos. Man, I drive through the hood all the time and I don't see nobody walking around with straps and extendos. That's rap shit.
Okay, so listen.
That's what feel like they need to do in order to
do what?
To justify whatever it is that they're presenting as far as their behavior goes. So for them, if that's what all they want to do is try to build up their reputation. So
I need you to answer my fucking question.
I don't know. I can't explain.
My question to you is, why do we have who are certified street or who are standing next to certified street?
I'm glad that you said that.
Why do we have these because playing with your name like that?
Because they're not certified street.
How do we get
there's not a certified street
who
that can say that I have ever showed any characteristic of telling.
Okay, so listen, let's just bring everybody up to speed. Over the last 48 hours, I have been thrust into the middle of
No Diddy.
Yeah, I have been thrust into the middle of. I don't even be like on no Diddy because I ain't gay. You know what I'm saying? I don't even be saying pause, no Diddy, none of that shit. I'm just a plain spoken. In the last 48 hours, I have been put in the middle of members of guys who have gang affiliation. I've been put in the middle of just an explosive combination or explosive series of events where you have on the ground who trying to paint a picture of you, trying to say that you're not solid. In the course of me being put in the middle of that shit, I've learned more about YSL. I've learned more about the history of Atlanta. I've learned more about Crip shit, blood shit, and just real. I've learned more about that than I ever really wanted to know, right? So now, and then I'm talking to lawyers, and I'm talking to investigators, and I'm talking to people who were actually there on the ground with you. So you have saying, well, Rico, he bold business, and you got who are making phone calls trying to get other people to verify the story they trying to tell. At the same time, when I'm hearing this, I'm learning this. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to Pro, and I'm talking to dead set, dead don't like you, right? So as I'm judging this from a outside perspective, and as the information starts to come to me, I'm learning that the who don't like you, who have the most to say about you, right? I'm learning these are being backed by some of the most powerful people in the music business in Atlanta, some of Atlanta's hip hop elite. So I want to know, because these is nothing, right? Those who really doing the chatter ain't nothing, but they're claiming to be backed up by the most powerful in the music industry in the city of Atlanta, at least.
I'm gonna say what they are. They're disgruntled employees.
So we got to talk about that.